Welcome to the Blake Goodman PC Attorneys Podcast. We provide a knowledgeable guide on bankruptcy law in the state of Hawaii so you can stay informed and get the fresh financial start you need. With over 80 years of combined experience in bankruptcy law, at Blake Goodman PC, we're ready to listen and help you get back on your feet. This podcast series is reviewed and approved by founding attorney Blake Goodman.
In this episode, we're breaking down what you need to know about filing for bankruptcy due to medical debt in Hawaii, what to expect, how the process works, and what it could mean for your financial future. When you suffer a medical injury and your insurance doesn't cover all or most of the bills, the result can be overwhelming. You can find yourself drowning in medical debt, unsure of how you will dig yourself out again. On top of that, injuries often mean you have to take a work leave to heal, which can mean less income, or even no pay at all. You might feel like you've hit a dead end when it comes to your finances. However, seeking bankruptcy with the help of a skilled Hawaii bankruptcy attorney can mean a new beginning. Medical bills can typically be discharged or restructured in bankruptcy, depending on which chapter you file for. So, how do you go about filing for bankruptcy to get relief from your medical bills? This podcast can give you some direction. First, you may be asking yourself, is it possible to file for bankruptcy due to medical bills? Medical debt is one of the many types of debt that can be discharged in a bankruptcy. Medical debt is typically considered unsecured, meaning once your bankruptcy is complete, it will be wiped out. Filing for bankruptcy on your medical bills can have many benefits, including the following. Collections and lawsuits are halted, reduces or eliminates overwhelming medical debt, provides an opportunity to recover financially, exempt assets are protected, removes obligation to repay debt if filing for Chapter 7 bankruptcy, and other debts will also be impacted. Now, let's take a closer look at the difference between dischargeable and non-dischargeable debts. While some debt is dischargeable and can be wiped out at the end of your bankruptcy, some is not. The difference is whether the debt is secured or unsecured, and your Hawaii bankruptcy lawyer can help you determine what type of debt you have. Unsecured debts are not tied to collateral and include medical bills, credit card debt, personal loans not backed by collateral, utility bills, certain tax debts meeting certain conditions, some businesses' debts, and judgment debts, unless related to fraud, DUI, or intentional harm. Secured debts are ones that will not be discharged at the end of your bankruptcy and will require continued payments until they are complete. Secured, non-dischargeable debt include certain tax debts, student loans, child support, alimony, debts from fraud or criminal acts, mortgages, unless you're willing to give up the property, and car loans, unless you're willing to give up the car. Another common question we often hear from our clients is, which is the better option for handling medical debt, Chapter 13 or Chapter 7 bankruptcy? Your medical debt as well as your assets will be handled differently based on whether you're filing for Chapter 13 or Chapter 7 bankruptcy. So determining which option is better will depend on your particular financial situation. A Hawaii bankruptcy attorney can help you decide which chapter will be the best for you, but there are a few general things you can keep in mind. First, if you're hoping to have your debts wiped out for a fresh start, you may be looking into liquidation or Chapter 7 bankruptcy. The process is generally quick and will eliminate your medical bills as well as other overwhelming debt under the supervision of the bankruptcy court and your appointed trustee. You must qualify for Chapter 7 by proving your income is below the median income in Hawaii. If you do not qualify, Chapter 13 bankruptcy is still an option. If you do qualify, your non-exempt assets will be liquidated to pay off as much debt as possible. Most of your essential assets will be exempt, such as a primary home, a necessary car, retirement accounts, and more. However, extra vehicles, luxury items, expensive jewelry, and more will be sold. Upon completion of the process, your medical and other debts will be discharged and your case will be closed. However, your credit score will likely be affected, and you can look for programs with your Chapter 7 bankruptcy lawyer to help rebuild your credit. On the other hand, a Chapter 13 attorney can guide you through the process of filing for Chapter 13 bankruptcy, which is helpful for those who are making too much money to qualify for Chapter 7 bankruptcy, or who do not wish to lose their assets. You can propose a 3 to 5 year plan based on your income and necessary expenses. The plan will be approved by the bankruptcy court, and you will make payments to your assigned trustee who will pay the creditors. When it comes to your medical bills and other unsecured debts, they will likely be reduced to fit in your repayment plan. Some may even be discharged at the close of your bankruptcy. The benefit of Chapter 13 bankruptcy is that you will be able to be given fresh hope to pay off your debts without having to lose your assets. Next, let's explore how bankruptcy impacts your credit and the steps you can take to rebuild it. When it comes to your credit score, many people are concerned that bankruptcy will destroy it. While bankruptcy can have a significant negative impact, it is entirely possible to recover, especially with the help of a program through your Hawaii bankruptcy lawyer. Bankruptcy can drop high credit scores 100 to 200 plus points, but if your score is already low, you will not see as drastic of an impact. Your bankruptcy will also show on your credit report for a specific amount of time. It will remain on your credit report for 10 years if you file for Chapter 7 and 7 years if you file for Chapter 13. Although this impact can be serious, with the right program, you could be back on track with a high credit score in just a couple years. The benefit of being out from under your overwhelming medical debt might be well worth the credit score impact. That's why it's so important to speak with a bankruptcy lawyer. It's a key step in finding real relief from overwhelming debt. Before you file for bankruptcy, meet with a bankruptcy lawyer who will go over your case with you. They can look at your financial situation to determine if bankruptcy is the right option or if there are other solutions open to you. Your lawyer will handle all the legal filings and court requirements so that you can have peace of mind, and they will make sure you get as much debt discharged as possible. A bankruptcy lawyer won't stop there either. After your bankruptcy is complete, they can help you rebuild your credit and provide advice on how to avoid financial pitfalls in the future. Remember, if you decide to file for bankruptcy, make sure you have an experienced bankruptcy lawyer by your side. Need help determining which chapter of bankruptcy will help you the most with your medical bills? If you're drowning in debt, medical or otherwise, reach out to our Hawaii bankruptcy lawyers at Blake Goodman for a free consultation. With over 80 years of combined experience, we have seen it all and can guide you towards the financial freedom you deserve. Contact us today to schedule a consultation and let us help you towards a fresh start when it comes to your finances. Call us at 808-556-7833 or visit us online at debtfreehawaii.com.
Thank you for listening to the Blake Goodman PC Attorneys Podcast. Going through bankruptcy can be a difficult and complex situation, but it doesn't have to be if you have us on your side. Your path to financial freedom starts here. Get in touch with the experienced bankruptcy lawyers at Blake Goodman PC Attorney today to explore your options.